As the strength coach to some of the strongest athletes in the world, I want to give you my top 10 exercises that'll give you the best results in building a strong body that looks good and performs better than most of the gym bros out there. Let's start with the upper body. Number 1, incline dumbbell press. Of all the possible pressing angles, the incline is the most complete. It builds the largest portion of the pecs and a large portion of the front deltoids. Flat press is not enough for the upper pec, and a completely upright press is not enough for the pecs. So incline pressing is the sweet spot. And I choose dumbbells over barbells or machines because this will allow a greater range of motion than barbells and more of a natural range of motion than machines. Number 2, neutral grip pull downs. Of all the upper body pull exercises like rows, pull-ups and pull downs, this would have to be the most complete and most comfortable to execute. The reason I choose this over a pull up is simply due to the loadability. Pull-ups are an excellent exercise, but they're just too heavy to learn with and very easy to perform incorrectly. Start from a full stretch and finish with the bar on the chest with the shoulder blades retracted and depressed, or in other words, back and down towards the back pockets. Next, we do arms. It would be nice to think that we already trained arms with the incline press and the pull downs, but unfortunately, compound exercises neglects certain muscles of the arms that can only really be targeted through isolation exercises. So here they are. Number 3, easy bar skull press. This is my favorite isolation tricep builder. Pairing this with the incline press is the perfect addition because it targets the long head of the triceps, which is neglected in compound pressing movements. The skull press takes the triceps through the perfect range of motion, and the easy bar has the loadability advantage over dumbbells or machines. Number 4, easy bar curls. Just like how pressing neglects triceps, pulling and rowing neglects biceps. So we need to include an exercise that targets them. I choose the easy bar curls because it's the most comfortable position for the wrists and also super convenient to perform as a superset with your easy bar skull press. Number 5, one of mine and many of the best bodybuilders' favorite exercises, the standing dumbbell lateral raise. It targets the middle head of the deltoids, which gives a broad shoulder look that completes everyone's physique. Next, the lower body, quads. I choose the high bar squat. The goal is to achieve full depth where the hamstring presses against the calf, which maximizes knee bend and therefore maximizes quads development. The front squat also achieves a lot of knee bend, but we can't lift as much with the front squat. And the low bar allows us to lift more, but we don't bend our knees as much. So the high bar squat is the perfect balance of loadability and range of motion for quadriceps. Number 7, leg extensions. This is a must for complete quads development. One muscle that all squat pattern neglects is the rectus femoris, and the only way to target that muscle is to isolate it, which means we fix the hip joint so we can load the rectus femoris and all heads of the quadriceps through knee joint extension. So the front of the legs are covered. What about the back of the legs? Number 8, I choose the Romanian deadlift. It's just a better muscle builder than the conventional deadlift. The reason we can lift more with a conventional deadlift is because we bend the knees more, which adds more quads, but takes the hamstrings out of the equation. I'm not saying the conventional deadlift is bad. I'm just saying I've already targeted the quads with squats and leg extensions, and I'm using the RDL to target the hamstrings. Something else worth knowing is the combination of high bar squats and RDLs will absolutely build your conventional deadlift. So although you're not training the conventional deadlift directly, trust me, it's getting stronger. Number 9, hamstring curl. As good as the RDL is, it neglects one of the heads of the hamstrings that is only responsible for knee joint flexion. I use lying because I don't have the seated version, and that's okay. However, if I'm being honest, the seated version hits the hamstrings in a more stretched position, so it has a small advantage in muscular development, but it's not a deal breaker. Number 10, calves. I choose the standing one-legged calf raise. You can't have a complete physique without calves, and this is my favorite version of the calf raise for the most complete development. Of course, there's so many other great exercises to include through various phases of your program, but if you're spending most of your training year prioritizing these 10 exercises, you'll get the best results in muscle building and strength gain in the shortest time possible.